Hi, my name is Jessica McEwen, and I read The League of Beastly Dreadfuls. It's written by Holly Grant, and Josie Portillo does the illustrations. Just flipping through really quickly, this book's about 294 pages long, and it also has these great illustrations in it. I liked these just because the story tends to go into too much detail sometimes, so this kind of brings me back into it. Which was helpful. I'm going to go into our characters really fast. So our main character in the story is Anastasia, and she lives with her mom and dad in Moose Lick. Her dad is a botanist, and he sells vacuums, so he's a very boring man. And then her mom is an overweight, very rude woman. She yells at Anastasia and her dad about waffles. That's the only time you really hear her talking. And Anastasia describes her as always complaining about something. She either has gout or high blood pressure or a headache, so she's constantly sipping on cough medicine. Quickly into the story, you meet Prim and Prude, who are Anastasia's aunts, and they whisk her away to the setting of the story. And they're very different characters. They have these huge silver teeth in their mouth and this crazy pink hair. So you quickly question their intentions and quickly start to hate them. And about halfway in through the story, Anastasia meets Quentin and Ollie, who are two brothers, and when Anastasia meets both of them, she's actually terrified. She meets Quentin as soon as they enter the gates of our setting, and he has this huge bird cage on his head, and the aunts have told her that he bites and he's clinically insane, so she's kind of scared and runs away from him. And then when she meets Ollie, she originally thinks that he's a stain on the wall and then believes that he's a ghost. So she runs out of the room terrified. But eventually they do become really great friends and put together this amazing plan to escape. And then at the end of the story, you meet Miss Apple and Baron von Bigglesworth, who are the heroes of this story. Now, this book is the first book in a series, which I didn't know. At the end, all of this plot is resolved, but you do still have questions causing you to read the next book, which is nice. So, what happens in this book? Originally, this book was a mimic of Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. They tell Anastasia that she's an orphan and she does all these crazy chores and there's a secret society. But the further you read into it, you realize that there's a lot more depth to it and a lot more going on. The aunts make Anastasia do crazy things. They make her walk into a bog and collect leeches on her own skin so that they can sell them to doctors. There are secret doorways hidden behind wallpaper. The aunts use sleeping medicine on peppermint candies to lure in certain people. And there's a creature in the story that everyone seems to be afraid of. And I can tell you that you don't find out what the creature is in this story, in this book. It actually makes you read the next book to find out what they're talking about. So if you want to read about shapeshifters and shadow kids and secret passages and evil kidnapping societies, I definitely recommend this book. I originally was going to give it 2 stars because of how much it mimicked Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, but after finishing it, I'm going to give it 4 stars. It was a really good book, and because of that, I will probably finish the series. So thank you for watching.